afternoon, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sins, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is September the 11th, 2024, and today the topic is the Great Debate. Happy Wednesday. It's Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful day yesterday. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was good overall. Uh, Yeah, I mean, I know it's midday and everything like that, but again, y'all know your girl be pushing through these days, right? Um, I did the juice this morning, or I received the juice this morning, but I had to come over here at the church to do a all staff meeting and whatnot. And so now that that has been wrapped up, and my intention is for us to stay and just chill here the rest of the day until it's time for me to do my evening church work tasks. Um, yeah, I decided to go ahead and give the juice that was given to me at this present time. So, yeah, man. Yesterday was good overall. It was a kind of low key day in regards to I didn't have to go anywhere. Um, but I was just doing, work tasks with NJ, doing his assignments, and then knocking out. I had like a meeting yesterday as well, but all of that stuff was from the comfort of home, so it was very low key. Today, again, like I said, we already done started today. I intend to do NJ's assignments after I get done with this, so that's another thing. And then, like I said, I got evening tasks, so that's what my days. That's what my day currently looks like. I can't go without acknowledging that technically today is also the 23rd, right, anniversary of September 11th. Um, so I guess a moment of silence for those families and those that were affected in New York and Washington D.C. and everything like that. Um, yeah, let's take a moment of silence for that, friends. Thank you for that moment of silence. Yeah, I remember where I was, man. I was in high school at the time. I remember, you know, um, going to the different classrooms and it was playing on the different screens. I remember feeling very numb to it until I really, really, I guess, thought and prayed about it and was like, I could see how so many people were affected and families and, the country and everything like that. So, with that being said, um, today's topic is inspired partially, probably in name only by last night's debate everything like that. But again, that's probably the most um, that it has anything to do with it. I think there's a bigger debate at hand. Um, then that's what the Lord wanted me to focus on today, which is again the debate between good and evil. I was reminded of the sermon that Pastor gave on Sunday, and how he was talking about choosing between the right tree, good tree, uh, versus evil. I mean, the question is always good versus evil. Whether we want to believe that or not, that's always the real debate that is happening in life. The choices that you're making um, determines, again, what you truly believe and things of that nature. And so, yeah, I know I can sit here and go on and on about last night's debate. I'm sure everybody can, right? They can give their opinions about who you think you should vote for and all this different type of stuff. Um, but since my heart and mind has been pretty much cleared, because again, I received this juice this morning that didn't necessarily have anything to do with that in particular. And then I just got done with this meeting where one of the things that, Pastor Mo mentioned is that we're going to embark on a journey together as a staff. And, it's a growth journey, and things of that nature. And so sounds like it's going to be a beautiful experience and a challenge and everything like that, which again, I already told y'all, and I knew there was something coming with this leadership and growth thing. And I, again, don't know exactly everything that's going to come for me, but I'm looking forward to embarking on that journey. So with that being said, alongside of concern, you know what I mean? I can't lie and say that I'm not concerned about the things that are taking place in the US of A. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mom. I got to think about my son. I got to think about my life. I got to think about my husband. I got to think about my family and friends. Um, So of course I'm concerned. But I would say this morning I woke up with peace, man. Again, the peace that surpasses all understanding. Um, Even last night as I was thinking about everything, I can't lie, and I know this probably going. So this is why I'm not gonna say it one way or another. I'm gonna say it like this. I was feeling as if last night was reminding me of a Jesus versus Barabbas moment. And I know everybody's going to probably put that the way they want to put it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say one way or another, um, because I'm not saying that those people represent those people. But what I'm saying is the choice, right, of the country of which way you want to go. And if you want to go, again, follow God's way or not. And everything like that. I feel like we are being, that is being like a choice being put into our hands right now. And, um, and it truly, truly matters what we decide, uh, because again, it matters anywhere across the board. Again, whether you want to believe that or not, that's up to you. But I feel like there's plenty of examples, especially in the Bible, of nations that were given a choice of whether to repent or to keep going their own way. And those that did not repent, we see and don't see them today, right? And then those that did, we hear about the grace and the mercy that they received. I can't help but think about Jonah, right? And how he went to, the nation of Nineveh, even after he didn't want to, right? God sent him there, and how that nation repented, and everything like that. So, with that being said, I feel like all the verses this morning that I was receiving was along those lines. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I was asking the Lord, I'm like, Lord, I mean, this platform GSL, don't get me wrong, I am grateful for it. I'm grateful for everything that God is doing with me, for me, and through me. But I'm like, why you give me this, Lord, when there's bigger platforms out here that probably need to be saying this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I'm just gonna pray that this reach whoever it needs to reach, um, and everything like that, because I feel like it's an important conversation and an important message. Um, and all I'm gonna do is just be obedient and do and say what I feel like the Lord wants me to do and say. So again, with that being said, let me share with you guys one of the verses that stood out to me this morning. And it's actually the second verse that I wrote down. Um, I'll say the first verse that I wrote down for later. Let me give you guys this first one. Let me see. That I felt, well, the second one I felt led right down. It's Jeremiah 18, 7 and 10. Now, I don't know if I even paid much attention to this verse. Who knows if I've read it before in my lifetime, but it really stood out to me today. And it seemed very new, like something I hadn't come across before. But this is what it says. It says, if at any time I declare concerning a nation or a kingdom that I will pluck up and break down and destroy it, and if that nation concerning which I have spoken turns from its evil, I will relent of the disaster that I intended to do to it. And if at any time I declare concerning a nation or kingdom that I will build and plant it, and it does evil in my sight, not listening to my voice, then I will relent of the good that I had intended to do to it. For those that have the ears to hear, let them hear. Like at the end of the day, I don't think this is no joke at all. Like this sounds very serious to me. Again, I do feel like we're at a crossroad moments right now, and God has given us that opportunity to say, hey, which way you want to go? I want to bless you right now, but if you don't, choose the right person, X, Y, and Z, choose the right tree, as the preacher was talking about on Sunday with us at Mountain West. If you don't choose to follow my way, do what I want you to do, repent. If you don't make that choice, then friends, the blessings that I want to give you, I won't give you, and vice versa. You know what I mean? Like if you hear my voice, if you hear this warning, if you hear and repent, then I will give you grace, mercy. I mean, again, that nation of Nineveh, perfect example. Who else? I mean, there's plenty of, examples and whatnot of, again, nations that were presented with the good and evil decision. You know, which way do you want to go? And yes, each and every one of us are faced with that as individuals as well. But at the same time, too, like I said, as a country, right? Um, just imagine if our nation, and I know I could be talking to people from people around the world, so You can put your nation in your name, right? But I'm talking to America right now. Just imagine what things would look like if America truly repented. Like the majority of the people repented and started to seek God's face for real. Like what impact that would have on the world? Like, and see, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't be playing these games, Lord. Like, I think we all, again, anybody that reads the Bible, I mean, it's probably concerned about these things. But at the same time, too, I was like, you know what, Lord, what I was receiving last night when I had that Barabbas versus Jesus moment and thought, um, it did stand out to me the fact that even with what happened, even with the choice that the people chose to choose Barabbas, um, it still was going according to God's will, right? Um, Again, what Jesus did was what was needed to be done. So even though the enemy thought he had won by taking Jesus out, ultimately, again, it still was all going God's way. And so, I mean, with that being said, I don't know if that's something that gave me peace to know that, you know what, in spite of whatever this country decided to do, or whatever the case may be, those that of us that believe, again, all things work together for the good of those that love God. So, on one hand, I'm not too worried, because of that. But on the other hand, I'm like, man, again, I'm a mother, you know what I'm saying? I'm human out here. And, it's concerning. This current state of this world is definitely concerning. And yes, the current state of this country of America is concerning to me as well. Um, but hey, let me give you guys this next verse. This is the first verse I felt led to write down this morning. And I feel like a good verse to leave you all with as the milk of this conversation. But those that are ready for meat, then go deeper, because there's plenty of verses in the go deeper section that you can peruse and that marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. But the one I feel led to leave with you right now is Joshua 24:15. It says, and if it is evil in your eyes to serve the Lord, choose this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your father served in the region beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Friends, again, all of us are facing that decision. All of us are, again, facing that decision of choosing who you want to serve. Yes, I mean, we can go as big and just say, oh, yeah, choose who you want to vote for. And that's what's going to, lead the country, either quicker into judgment or give us a little bit of grace until the final judgment. Who knows? You know what I mean? Again, because nobody knows the day or the hour or anything like that. All I'm saying is if we can get some grace, right? If we can get some more mercy from the Lord, then why not? That's me and my humble opinion. At the end of the day, we may not like the candidates. You know what I'm saying? We may not like, the way things look right now or our quote unquote choices. But again, this is where we got to use discernment, right? This is why we got to seek the Lord of, Lord, okay, you presented us with this right here. And you've presented us with these options. What do you want us to do? And I believe that if we are truly seeking the Lord, then He's going to show us what He wants us to do. Now, whether we do it or not, again, that's up to you. That's so interesting that right now we're talking to the kids about Pharaoh and how Moses and how they had to have, all these plagues and whatnot because Pharaoh had that hardened heart. And here we are doing the same things over and over and over again. Again, there's nothing new under the sun. That was another verse that came into my heart and mind this morning. I didn't write it down, but again, there's nothing new under the sun. At the end of the day, it's just the same stuff over and over and over again. How many times have God given us grace and mercy as a country? You know what I mean? How many? And we again, this is the 23rd anniversary of 9/11. How many other things have happened since then? We all just went through a pandemic, the world, right? And then we're still, again, making light of this whole thing. So, hey, choose you this day who you want to serve. You can go deeper about it. Plenty of verses in the go deeper section for you to peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and mind. Let me give you guys the Bible verse of today, and that is Matthew 5:4. It says, blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow if the Lord's will. And yeah, like I said, there's plenty of verses in the Go Deeper section, friends. Plenty to peruse, let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. Some things you might not like, man. It might be some hope. But again, if you're ready for me and ready to receive it, and I hope and pray that you guys take heed to these warnings and that you make the right decisions and pray uh, for our country and that we repent. And that's the juice. Y'all have a great Wednesday. And I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow. Bye bye.